Welcome back to Crochet by Night. Tonight we're going to create this fun and easy pumpkin candy jar. The lid can be placed on it two different ways. You can fill it with your favorite treats and enjoy it all season long. Let's get started. We're going to be using 2 strands of 4-ply worsted weight yarn. You can use 2 different skeins, or you can pull one from the outside and 1 strand from the inside. I used 2 different skeins. One of them is the Red Heart Super Saver Pumpkin, and the other one I believe is also a Red Heart Super Saver, and I also believe it's pumpkin, but I think it's just a different dye lot because it's a little bit darker. You will also need another contrasting color. I used green. I used a 6.5mm crochet hook for the main body of the pattern, and then I used a 5.25 for the stem. Creating a slip knot using both strands of our yarn. Insert your hook, chain 2, and then you're going to put 12 double crochets in this first chain. So yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So there we have 2. Continue on until you have 12 double crochets through the center of that ring. Once you have your 12 double crochets all the way around, you're going to slip stitch into that beginning chain. You're going to slip stitch into that beginning chain, and then turn your piece over and pull on both of those strands, pull it tight, and close up the center of your ring. You're going to chain 1, that doesn't count for anything, and you're going to put a front post double crochet around the very first stitch. So front post double crochet, you yarn over, insert your hook to the right of the stitch, pull up, you put your hook underneath the stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over, you yarn over, you insert your hook underneath, from right to left, underneath that first stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Then you're going to put a double crochet in the space right next to that front post double crochet. And then you're going to put a front post double crochet around the next stitch. And a double crochet into the space right next to it. You're going to do that all the way around until you have, you're going to do that all the way around. That'll give you 24 stitches in total. It'll give you 12 front post double crochets and 12 double crochets in the space next to it. So go ahead and do that, and I'll meet you back here in just a moment. Okay, when you get to the end, and you've counted to make sure you have 12 front post double crochets and 12 double crochets in the space next to it, you're going to slip stitch to that first stitch and then you're going to chain 1, and that chain 1 doesn't count for anything. Now you're going to front post double crochet around the front post double crochet from the previous round. Oops. Your front post double crochet around the front post double crochet from the previous round. And then you're going to find that double crochet that's next, find the double crochet that's next to it, and you're going to put 2 double crochets into that stitch. There's 1 and 2. And then you're going to front post double crochet around the next stitch, around your next front post double crochet. And then you're going to put 2 double crochets in that next stitch, which is the regular double crochet. And then front post double crochet around your next front post double crochet. Front post double crochet around the next front post double crochet, and then put 2 double crochets in the next stitch. So we're now increasing from 24 to 36. However, we'll still only have 12 front post double crochets. We'll then have 24 regular double crochets. So go ahead and complete this round, and I'll meet you back at the end. When you get to the end of the row, you're going to slip stitch into that first stitch, and then you're going to chain 1, and you're going to put a front post double crochet around the front post double crochet from the row below. And then you're going to put 1 double crochet in the next double crochet. And then you'll put 2 double crochets in the following stitch. So our round repeat this time is going to be 1 front post double crochet, 1 double crochet, and then 2 double crochets in the same stitch. So now between each front post double crochet, you will have 3 stitches. So go ahead and complete the round, putting a front post double crochet, a double crochet, and then 2 double crochets, and meet me back at the end, and we will finish this round off together. Okay, when you get to the very end of this round, you're going to slip stitch into the top of that front post double crochet, effectively ending the round. Now, for the next row, we're going to chain 1 again. It doesn't count for anything other than get us a little up in height. We're going to place a front post double crochet around the front post double crochet from the row before, the previous row. Now we're going to place a back loop only double crochet in the next 3 stitches. So yarn over, insert your hook in the back loop, and the back loop, if you can see, let's see, you see that the loop that's closest to you here, or closest to the front part of your work, that's the front loop. The one back here that's further away, that's your back loop. That's what you're going to put your double crochet in. So you're going to have 1 back loop double crochet, a back loop double crochet in the next stitch, and a back loop double crochet in the 3rd stitch. Then front post double crochet around the front post double crochet from the round before. You're going to put a 1 back loop only double crochet in each of the next 3 stitches. 1, 2, and 3, and then a front post double crochet around this front post double crochet from the previous round, and then you're going to place a double crochet, back loop only double crochet, and then one in each of the next 3 stitches. 1, 2, and 3, and you're going to continue this round repeat all the way around till you get to the end of the round. I'll meet you back. Go ahead and complete that, and I will meet you back at the end of this round. When you get to the end of this round, go ahead and slip stitch. Oops. Go ahead and slip stitch to that first front post double crochet, and you can see your piece is starting to turn up. We're actually going to fold it in so you can see this is the bottom. Chain 1. I'm going to put 1 front post double crochet in the front post double crochet from the previous round, and then you're going to put a double crochet in each of the 3 stitches between the front post double crochets, and then another front post double crochet, and a double crochet in each of the 3 stitches between your front post double crochets. So do that, repeat that all the way around, and I'll see you back at the end of this round. So at the end of this round, you're going to slip stitch into the top of that first front post double crochet. You're going to chain 1, and you're going to repeat the row we just did. So you're going to place a front post double crochet. You're going to place a front post double crochet around the front post double crochet from the round before, the previous round. Then you're going to place a double crochet in the next 3 stitches. Those are the 3 stitches between the front post double crochets. And then you're going to place a front post double crochet in the round from the previous round. So you can see this. Then 3 double crochets, and then a front post double crochet, 3 double crochets. So that's the repeat. You're going to do this for 3 more rounds. So when you finish this round, you'll have 2 more rounds after that, and then I will meet you back here to move on to the next section. The next 2 rounds are going to be decrease rounds. We start out with chaining 1 and putting a front post double crochet around that first front post double crochet, and then we're going to yarn over, and we're going to insert our hook in the next stitch, which is just a regular double crochet, yarn over, pull up the loop. We're going to immediately stick our hook through the next stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, and we'll pull through 3, and then yarn over and pull through 2. Complete a double crochet, put a double crochet in the next stitch, front post double crochet around the front post double crochet, front post double crochet, and then we're going to do a decrease. Yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, immediately stick your hook into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 3, yarn over, pull through 2, and then a double crochet in the following stitch, a front post double crochet, a decrease stitch, so you're going to yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, immediately put your hook into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up another loop, yarn over, pull through 3, yarn over, pull through 2, and then a double crochet, front post double crochet, and then yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, immediately put your hook into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop. That gives you 4 on your hook, yarn over, pull through 3, yarn over, pull through 2, a double crochet, a front post double crochet, decrease stitch, and yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, jump to the next stitch, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 3, yarn over, pull through 2, and then a double crochet and a front post double crochet, a decrease, so yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, jump to the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 3, yarn over, pull through 2, a double crochet, and then a front post double crochet, and keep working this same pattern all the way around till you get back to the starting, till you get back to your starting point. When you get back to your starting point, you're going to just slip stitch into that first front post double crochet and chain 1. Now you should have 2 stitches between your front post double crochets, and we're going to follow the same path we just followed on that last round. And we're going to put a front post double crochet, and then we're going to put a decrease, and then we're just going to go into another front post double crochet, and then a decrease, and so forth. Do that. Let's do that together. So yarn over, complete a front post double crochet in the front, around the front post double crochet from the round before, and you can see this, I'm hoping you can see that just gives you a really clean, or doing all those front post double crochets gives you a really clean line. Okay, so on the next one we're going to complete a decrease, yarn over, insert your hook in the first double crochet, pull up a loop, immediately stick your hook into the next stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 3, yarn over, pull through 2, and then that moves you into a front post double crochet, and then a decrease. You have to be careful not to get a stitch that's behind. So this gives us a decrease, Continue this row all the way around, and I'll meet you back at the end. When you get to the end of this row, you should have something that looks like this. Slip stitch to the beginning front post double crochet, a row of slip stitches all the way around the top. So I'm just going to go into each stitch and slip stitch. And that's going to pull that a little bit tighter. So there's the one stitch between the two front post double crochets and the front post double crochet. The one between the front post double crochets and the front post double crochet. Now I'm just going to slip stitch all the way around. Okay, once you have your row of slip stitches, you finish by slip stitching, of course, to this first front post double crochet, and then you're going to cut your yarn. So clip your yarn, leaving you enough to sew in. Tie it off, and then you're going to sew it to the inside. And that gives you this cute little base for your candy dish. Next, we're going to complete the lid. So set that aside. Sew in your ends and set that aside. Once again, using 2 strands of your yarn, create a slip knot. Chain 2, 1, 2, and put 12 double crochets back into the very first chain. So there's 1, 2, 3, and 12. Slip stitch to your beginning stitch and pull those tails to tighten the center of your ring. Chain 1, which doesn't count for anything, and we're going to put a front post double crochet around this first stitch, and then we're going to put a double crochet into the space between them, just like we did at the beginning of when we were making our base. So yarn over, insert your hook to the right of the stitch, and then up underneath it, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Now place a double crochet in the space right next to it. Yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Next is a front post double crochet, yarn over, insert your hook to the right of the stitch, then under the stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Now you're going to put a double crochet right next to it in that space. Yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over, let's complete another front post double crochet. Insert your hook in the space and underneath that stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And then a double crochet in the space next to it. So we're going to keep doing this same round repeat all the way around until we'll have 12 front post double crochets and and then a double crochet between each front post double crochet. So there'll be 24 stitches all the way around. A front post double crochet, a double crochet, a front post double crochet, a double crochet, so forth and so on all the way around. Once you've completed your 12 front post double crochets all the way around, and you've completed the 12 double crochets, you will slip stitch to the top of that first front post double crochet. So just find the top of that one and put your hook in, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through. So that gives you the top. But we're going to place, so now we're going to put we're going to chain one, and we're going to put one single crochet in each stitch all the way around. So go ahead and place one single crochet in each stitch all the way around. And then at the end of this round, we're going to slip stitch to the beginning stitch. We're going to cut our yarn and we're going to tie off, and then we will sew in our ends, and then we will create the stem, and we'll create the little vines. So go ahead and finish up with one round of single crochet, and then at the end of this round, slip stitch to the beginning stitch. So here I am, and I'm going to slip stitch, cut my yarn over, and pull all the way through to tighten. Okay, so that gives me some ends I need to sew in, and I will do that in just a little bit, but first let's go ahead and get started on our stem. To complete the stem, you're going to go find the center of your ring, and you're going to insert your hook underneath one of the front post double crochets and bring your yarn through and create a slip stitch. You're going to pull it up as close to the center as you can. Then you're just going to slip stitch around every front post double crochet. See here, I'm just slip stitching, putting my yarn underneath the front post double crochet, pulling it through and pulling it through, and I'm loosely slip stitching. Underneath each front post double crochet, I'm just loosely slip stitching all the way around. Get in underneath every front post double crochet, and you're going to have, you might have some stitches that are kind of off to the side. That's fine. Just keep going. Slip stitch all the way around those front post double crochets stitch underneath all those front post double crochets, and then slip stitch to the beginning slip stitch. So it should look something like this. And then we will chain one, and we're going to come back under each one of these, and there should be 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, once you have your row of slip stitches, you're going to switch hooks to a smaller hook. I'm using a 5 1/4. You can use anywhere from a 5 to a 6, and you're going to place single crochets in all of the slip stitches all the way around, making sure to get under all the threads, all the yarn thread, get underneath all these green threads. We want to switch to a smaller hook because it makes our stem much tighter and nicer, and when we put our polyfill in, it doesn't show through as big. So keep going. When you get back to the beginning stitch, you're just going to keep putting more single crochets all the way around. You're going to do this in a continuous round where you don't end each row. You're just going to keep putting single crochets all the way around. And I'm going to, depending upon which size hook you're using, that'll determine how many rows you need. I am going to depending upon the size hook you choose, that'll determine how many rows you need. So I'm just going to keep going until I think my stem is ready to start being closed off. So until I get the height that I want. So keep putting single crochets all the way around until you get about 3/4 of the height of the stem that you want. So keep going. I'm going to probably do about this many more, the same amount. So I'm probably going to double this in size, if you will, to about like that. And then come back and we will finish up the stem and make the curlicues, make the vines. When you get your stem the height that you want it, you're going to put a row of decrease stitches. And I kind of pinch mine up here so you can see it, so I can see it. Start, and I'm going to do one single crochet and then a decrease stitch. So decrease stitch is inserting your hook, yarning over, pulling up a loop, inserting your hook in the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all three. So let's do this again. A single crochet in the next stitch and then a decrease. So insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, insert your hook in the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all three loops on your hook. Then a single crochet in the next stitch, and then a decrease stitch. So yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, insert your hook in the next stitch. It gives you 3 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through all 3. And keep that up. Continue this until you only have 4 stitches left. Once you have 4 stitches left, you should have a small opening, and you're going to fill that opening with your polyfill. So fill that up, and then we're going to just close up the top. Okay, I just realized my camera was not recording, and I've already closed up this up. If you don't have any polyfill and you want to, you don't want to buy some, you can use yarn scraps inside here, or you can actually take a plastic bag, which is what I did on this one, and you can just cut your piece and roll it up, since you're only using a small amount, and you can put that down in there. And then you're going to sew the top of your stem. Okay, and you can see here that this will set on the top, or you can fold it up and it will set it'll set inside the top. So you can do it either way. So you can have it like that, which is actually my preference, or you can fold it down and have it like that, which is my friend's preference. So either way, it is a great little pumpkin treat bowl. And we're going to add just a little more pizzazz to it. We're going to add some curly cues, and then I'll sew in all my ends. So to make the curly cues, to make the vines, I'm going to chain 23, and I'm using my 6.5mm hook again. I'm going to chain 23. 1, 2. Okay, so I chained 23, and I am going to single crochet 3 single crochets in the same stitch. I'm going to single crochet 3 single crochets in the next stitch. I'm going to single crochet 3 single crochets in the following stitch. A single crochet 3 single crochets in every stitch all the way down the line. So go ahead and do that, and you'll see where it starts curling up. See how it's curling up? Okay, you can see how it's curling up, creating a very cool looking curly cue. I am going to pull my lid out, and I am going to attach that to the stem. And then I will have this curly cue, this nice vine. You can also make it with, you can make these with any size hook that you'd like. The smaller the hook, the tighter the roll on the weave, if you will, on the vine. But make some vines and attach them, and then it looks really cute. You can even, a friend of mine, Chris, even said you could put a bowl inside if you wanted to keep a more solid structure and not have as much candy in there. Because on this one, I followed her idea and put just a cereal bowl inside, which made this one more rounded. So there's that. Or you can just fill it with candy. Thank you so much for spending your evening with me. I sure had fun making this with you tonight. If you enjoyed this tutorial, please like and subscribe. I thank you so much for being here. As always, have a good night.